What's going on, family? It's Eleanor, your favorite dismissive avoidant, back with another triggering video. Like, share, and subscribe for more dismissive avoidant content. Getting right into today's video, 7 things that trigger me to want to withdraw as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Number 1 on my list is vulnerability and emotional overload. I read vulnerability as expectation, as obligation, and obligation for me feels like a 9 to 5, feels like bondage, feels like being held down. It could also be that you were vulnerable, that you shared something that was very heavy, as I put in a previous video, right? And I can feel cornered by intimacy, cornered to, or not so much cornered, but feeling very much pressure to perform or pressure to match you or meet you where you're at vulnerability wise. And if I'm not comfortable with that, that could be a reason why I take some space and try to figure things out. There are times where you put yourself out there and you meet someone and they're being vulnerable, and I'll feel like, okay, this person may be exactly where they need to be. And I thought that I was in a place where I could meet this person where they're at. And I'm not actually in a place where I can meet this person where they're at. Or I need to evaluate whether I'm actually in a space where I can meet this person where they're at. And that may give me reason to withdraw and take some time out to myself. I could also feel very smothered by your vulnerability or by you sharing. It doesn't necessarily mean that I feel pressure to share myself, but sometimes someone oversharing or your oversharing becomes very draining, becomes very heavy, becomes a lot. And so I may be trying to avoid that and taking some distance, taking some space. And it's very hard for me to process my own feelings and emotions and then also have to tack on processing somebody else's feelings and emotions. Number 2 on my list is criticism and disapproval. For me, criticism and disapproval comes with another trigger that I'm going to speak about later, and that's unsolicited help or advice. I find that when I'm getting criticism that rubs me the wrong way, it's never from someone that I asked advice from, Like I may be sharing something with you. I may be really being vulnerable with you in what I'm sharing. And here you are giving a criticism or disapproving something. Maybe I didn't share it with you for your approval. Maybe I didn't even do it for your approval. Maybe I wasn't sharing it to get your input on it at all. Maybe I was just venting. Maybe I was just sharing something just so you knew. It feels kind of condescending. It feels like, why did I even go there with you? It, for me, validates that I shouldn't be opening up. So it really starts to open the door to building resentment and anger and starting to shut down. And as we're talking about in this particular video, withdrawing, taking space. And especially with criticism and disapproval, it's like, do I really value this person's approval? Do I really value, this person's criticism? Is everything in their life going right? And so then I start to evaluate, is this relationship even right for me? Should I even be here? Does this person really accept me for me if they're criticizing me and I'm just trying to share something with this person and invite them into my world? You know what I mean? And then I feel calmer once I withdraw after criticism or disapproval. I feel calmer. I feel regulated because I feel like there's also a loss of freedom. There's also a loss of choice. There's also a loss of control or limited choices or limited control when somebody comes in with criticism and disapproval. It's like, who are you? You know what I mean? That in the most respectful way. That's the thing that really, and I feel like you can hear it, really gets up under my skin. Wait a minute. Who are you to criticize me? Disapproved? Who cares? And then moving right into trigger number 3, loss of freedom and control. Immediate anger and resentment building when I feel like demands are becoming chains and bondage. I don't want to feel like I'm doing time with you. I want to feel like I enjoy spending time with you. Okay? I don't want to feel like I've been sentenced and I'm handcuffed in a situation with you. I don't like that. I want it to feel fun. I want it to feel like I'm choosing to be here. I don't want to feel like I have to shrink my own personal independence to be with you. I should be able to be myself and be with you and it work in harmony to a certain extent. It shouldn't be a struggle for me to be a certain way or do things in a particular way, and then there's no compromise for me in what I need. Okay, it just becomes a lot. It feels like leaving is self-preservation in those moments. Like I'm withdrawing, I'm taking some time out for myself because I need it to regulate, because I need to have some time alone. I need to be able to make my own choices. I need to be able to feel like I'm able to do the things that I want to do and that I need to do. For me, freedom is far more important than closeness. I would prefer to feel free and feel like I have free will to do what I want, whether that's be with you or not be with you, be in your space or not be in your space, text you or not text you. That choice is more important to me than actually texting you or having the option to text you or actually being close to you or having the option to be close to you. You know what? Like, if you ask me, freedom is more important than closeness. Period, point blank, not even a close second. And the withdrawal regains my autonomy, my freedom. Trigger number 4, feeling trapped in obligation. Obligation feels like a contract I didn't sign. You may feel like we're in a place where you should be able to depend on me to do certain things, or I should feel obligated to do certain things or show up a certain way, right? Especially when it comes to vulnerability. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I feel the same way. And again, when I feel like something is an obligation, when I feel that loss of freedom, that loss of choice, when I feel like my options are limited or that I'm stuck in a situation, when I feel trapped, I feel resentment. And I also feel resentment when you assume, like, you can't assume that I'm just going to do something, or like, because you're in this place that I'm in this place, because you would do this at this particular point in time, or if you were me, or because this is how you're feeling, that I should do it too. Absolutely not. I don't necessarily feel that way. And that's where that anger and resentment builds. And right when I start to feel resentment, a lot of the time that I take, that I withdraw due to a person, on the rare occasion that the withdrawal actually has to do with you, because I speak about that often over here on this channel, like, share, and subscribe. If the withdrawal is about you, if the withdrawal is triggered by you, on the rare occasion that my withdrawal actually has to do with you in a relationship, whether that's romantically or as a friend or even a family member, it's because resentment is building. I'm very angry. I'm full of resentment, and I better take a step back before I do something that I'll regret. If I take the space that I need and then I end a relationship, I don't have regrets because I thought about it. I definitely thought about all of the consequences, good, bad. I thought about what if this, that, and the third, the what ifs. So for me, there's no what ifs once I close the door. But on the rare occasion that I withdraw due to you, it's because I'm resenting you, something that you've done. I'm highly offended. I'm extremely offended. Trigger number 5, inconsistency or mixed signals. For me, mixed signals and inconsistency don't mean proceed further. It doesn't mean I need to investigate. It doesn't mean I need to figure out what's going on with this person. Once your words and actions are misaligned, trust, for me, erodes quickly. It's done. Forget about it. Throw it away. Stick a fork in it. It's over. For me, mixed signals suggest unreliability, especially in long-term partnership. So once you show me that you said this and now that's not happening, and especially if there's a consistent pattern with that, I don't think that you're busy. I don't think that you have personal things going on, and I'm not going to ask you. I'm just going to quietly move on. I'm going to exit stage left. I'm not going to make a scene. To me, mixed signals are a soft rejection. To me, mixed signals equate, let's be friends after a breakup, or I see you as just a friend. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's offensive. It's an insult. Why would I accept that from a friend, from somebody I want to work with, from somebody I want to be with? I don't that inconsistency for me is very ugly. I don't like it. I don't do it. It's not for me. It's rejection. It's cowardly rejection. That's how I always see it. I also equate mixed signals with manipulation and weakness. For me, I'm a very type A person, and I prefer to date other type A, very abrupt. People would also call them maybe even rude, very direct, right? I like that. Don't mix signal me and play games. What is that about? It's to me, it's very unattractive. It's insulting. It's an insult to my intelligence. It's a no-go. Mixed signals are inconsistency, soft rejection. It's the easiest to walk away and never look back in situations for me where there were mixed signals and inconsistency. That to me is very clear that we were misaligned from the get-go. Because if I say that I'm going to do something, I'm going to show up. I don't do that. It's a hot mess. Reason number 6, and I kind of already spoke about this earlier, unsolicited help or trying to fix things, fix me. It's an invasion of my autonomy. Did I ask for your help respectfully? Did I ask you to fix it respectfully? Did I ask you, did it even need to be fixed? I also believe that unsolicited help in fixing is control, can be manipulation. So for me, withdrawing in situations where I feel like there's manipulation or control issues, it restores the balance because I'm not going to be controlled. I'm not going to be manipulated. I'm not going to feel like I have all these things I need to fix or work on, or even one thing that I need to fix and work on. If you're not actively working on and consistently or at an equal level talking about the things that you need to work on or the thing that you need to work on, it's going to be offensive. It also feels like going back to a loss of choice, and it undermines my competence. Like, you think that I need to fix this, but do I need to fix this? Did I ask you? It comes off as very like insulting. wow, you're just going to jump in here and do that, but I didn't ask you to. Again, it could be that I'm just sharing something and here you go trying to change something that for me doesn't have a problem. I wasn't asking for that. I wasn't, asking for your help. I wasn't asking for you to fix it. I wasn't asking for you to get involved. I got it without you. Trigger number 7, overdependence or neediness. Shout out to the stage 5 clingers. The relationship becomes draining rather than a positive experience. I don't want somebody to physically be all over me, touching me, hugging me, wanting to be all close all the time, right? There's a time and a place. I don't want somebody who feels like I need to be calling and texting them multiple times a day. Get a life. Have a life and have hobbies outside of what I'm doing and what I have going on. Because for me, I see neediness and dependence, whether it's a romantic partner and even friends. I don't get it. I see it as weakness. I see it as weakness. And for me, weakness, not being able to hold your own, the fact that you're having to rely on other people or someone else and you're a grown person, just for me, it's just like disgusting. And then it builds this major resentment. And then it's a major just turn off. And that makes me want to withdraw. I feel very much trapped. I feel suffocated. I feel smothered. I feel like I can't move. And these are all the things I need to feel to make me want to withdraw. And not only that, to stay gone. To not want to even entertain the idea of coming back and just planning an exit strategy. The dependency on decision making. If you cannot make a decision by yourself, you have no business being my friend. If you cannot make a decision by yourself, you will not make it past a first date with me as a grown ass man. That's just not going to work. There's no way, no how. I cannot do it. Whoa. You can't make a decision on your own. That's freaking ridiculous. Because that to me equates to weakness. That's weakness. Loss of my identity. Because here I am having to fulfill all your needs. I'm losing myself because that's not who I am to run around behind somebody else. That's not who I am to be constantly checking on another adult. And I'm not talking about regularly checking in at a reasonable amount, but I'm talking about if you are sending me a bunch of pictures throughout the day or even a picture every day, if you are texting me multiple times a day throughout the workday, if you feel like you need to call me and speak to me for hours and hours and hours, no, thank you. It's too much. I'll never be comfortable with that. So in summary, 7 triggers that make me want to withdraw as someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style: vulnerability and emotional overload, criticism and disapproval, loss of freedom and control, feeling trapped in obligation, inconsistency and mixed signals, unsolicited help and fixing, and overdependence and neediness. Thank you so much for tapping in. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going down below. Book your one-on-one with me about the dismissive avoidant in your life. Links to that and my website down below in the description box. And family, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Thank you so much for your time. Keep it real.